Merry-go-round in the Joburg Council simply does not stop turning. Residents could be without a mayor this week as Kabelo Gwamanda faces an ActionSA vote of no confidence. However, the DA is also proposing a different approach. Now, it wants the entire council to be dissolved. This will then allow for a fresh round of by-elections throughout the city to elect new leaders. Let's find out more about the motion from Gauteng DA Chairperson Fred Nell. He joins me this morning to take this conversation forward. Fred, a pleasure having you. Thank you so much for your time. On one hand, we have a motion of no confidence against the current Mayor Kabelo Gwamanda. But as the DA, you're saying, even though the City Council has a sitting on the 31st of August, you actually want a fresh motion of elections in Johannesburg. Why is that?
Yeah, that's true, Tumelo. The reason being that this will be the fourth motion of no confidence that will be serving in Joburg. And every time a motion of no confidence succeeds, it creates instability in the change of government, because then you have to try and elect a new government. And we've seen that this instability has caused severe service delivery problems in Joburg. And our view is that we need to get out of this cycle of instability, and we need to dissolve the council so that there are fresh elections held and a new mandate being given by the voters, in the hope that we can get a council with hopefully less parties, smaller coalitions, more stable coalitions, and a stable government that can deliver services to the residents of Joburg.
Yeah. So Fred, what you're saying is that should the motion succeed, it's a matter of their 90 days being granted for elections to take place, for a new set of leadership to be elected into council.
Yes, that's true. Look, the motion will only be able to serve in November because you have to wait 2 years after the elections before the council may dissolve itself. But this is our intention that's been declared, to say that let's rather postpone this motion to November. Let's go to fresh elections because the instability cannot continue like this. We need new stable government in Joburg, and the only way to sort out this mess that we have at the moment is to go to fresh elections.
Fred, in your view, according to the DA's view, what's the root cause of this instability that is being witnessed in Johannesburg?
Well, you know, we respect the outcome of the elections in 2021, but unfortunately that outcome put us in a very difficult position, that the only way that you can get a majority coalition formed in Joburg is having quite a large number of parties being cobbled together into a coalition. And very often you get some of the smallest parties who try and get the best deals for themselves instead of worrying about governance into those coalitions. And as we've seen in the last week, when it became known that the motion of no confidence will be tabled, once again parties like the PA started to play the two coalitions off against each other to see if they can get a better deal. And we feel that this is wrong. Our view is that coalition partners must have the same objectives for government and for stability in government. And it is because of the differing objectives among coalition partners that you get this kind of instability.
And you're saying that this motion of no confidence against the Mayor, Kabelo Gwamanda, will not be effective in dealing with the instability?
No, it won't. Then we'll just go through the same movie again that we've had almost 4 times already since 2021, where you have to go through new council elections, and then a few months down the line, you'll have another motion of no confidence and possibly another change of government. So the cycle won't be broken. The cycle will just repeat itself, and it will just cause more and more instability in a city that we see where the residents are suffering because of what's happening with a lack of leadership offered by the current coalition. These cobbled together coalitions are not working, and we need fresh mandate from the voters out there. And we need to give the residents of Joburg an opportunity to fix the problem. And that is really what we're proposing here.
So then in the event that your amendment to dissolve council does not pass on Thursday, what are the next steps for the DA?
Yeah, there are other opportunities for us and avenues that we can start exploring. One of those things is we are intending to launch a petition amongst the residents of Joburg to support us in this quest. But we can also approach the MEC for local government in Gauteng to ask them to dissolve the council in terms of Section 139 of the Constitution. This is a much longer process because there are many legal hoops that he will have to jump through in order to get to that position. And that's why we feel that the motion to dissolve council is the shortest way to do this and the quickest way to force new elections in Joburg.
It also seems like the DA is aware that they would not succeed alone. They need the support of other opposition parties to come together in supporting this amendment that you aim to put through on Thursday. Why is this important? Why is this call important to the DA to say, let's all put our differences aside, our political ambitions aside, and support this motion?
I think any political party represented in the Joburg Council who's realistic about the situation in the council will realize that it can't go on as it has gone on up until this point. And we all know that the right thing to do is to go back to the voters and get a fresh mandate. And I think, that's our call to the other political parties. Doesn't matter where you stand, whether you're in the current coalition or whether you're in the former coalition. We're calling them to do the right thing and support this motion. And let's rather go to fresh elections and reconstitute a council that would be more stable, hopefully after an election, and could provide better services to the residents of Joburg.
We leave it there. Fred, thank you so much for speaking to me. Fred, now the chairperson in Johannesburg for the DA, joining me right here on Newslink regarding this motion for fresh elections out at Joburg City Council, saying that the instability is excessive and a motion of no confidence against Kabelo Gwamanda as the mayor simply not effective enough to deal with the instability. As a matter of fact, they're saying it might add on to further exacerbate the instability within the city of Johannesburg. Fred,